Hi guys, I hope this is better. I'm trying to stream this sideways, so hopefully it works. I'm crossing my fingers. I don't, Is this showing up to you guys? I see there's one viewer. Is this showing up to you horizontally or is it crooked? Because I have it horizontally, but I haven't filmed like this, so I don't know if it works. If you could shoot me a comment saying whether or not it's working correctly. Anybody? This is the problem with live things. Hi guys! If you guys are watching, can you please let me know, are you seeing this horizontally across like this or is it flipped all funky? Because I'm trying to get the right kind of setup and it seems to be messing up a smidge. I'm not quite sure. Ooh, can you guys see me? Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my live episode. This is episode 2 of my What You Need to Hear series. These are basically just episodes in a series that I'm putting together for you guys where I'm sitting down and hopefully you guys are joining me and talking and really communicating and like getting everything involved. And this is going to be a way for us to sit down, talk, have some advice, talk about different things, and really see how they're going. And I'm just really, really excited about it. And I hope that you guys are too. Sorry for all of the troubles if you're watching this afterwards or now with the little setup beforehand. I'm not sure if it was flipped the correct way or not. So I tried it for different ways and it's a learning process, so we'll definitely see over time. But I wanted to just kind of introduce this whole thing and talk a little bit about it. This series is something that I started on my channel to go live so that it could eventually become something that a lot of people get involved with and are engaging and really talking in the comment section and everything else. So I really encourage you guys to join along by talking, giving your advice, and asking questions, inviting other people to join as well so that we can really make this a really fun and cool environment. So, getting into today's topic, or before we get into today's topic, I want to mention to please subscribe to my channel if you guys found this helpful, if you enjoy this live series or you have fun. I would love some suggestion from you guys on different topics and things like that as well. So if you have different things you want to talk about or you need advice on, please let me know in the comments down below. These are super casual videos and I want them to be something very down to earth and normal. So just like I'm talking to you guys in person. And that's really the goal of these. So without further ado, today's focus is going to be on a quote. And I have my laptop towards the side of me so I can see some notes I wrote on stuff. But the quote is, be the type of person you want to meet. And I saw this quote, and personally, this is one that stuck a lot with me, and I have been thinking a lot of lately. And I think this is something that can apply to a lot of people in a lot of different areas of your life, whether that's school, work, your religion, or your hobbies and activities, sports, whatever you're interested in. And that's why I really want to talk about this today. So, starting off, I wanted to talk a little bit about what the quote means and kind of what I think it doesn't mean. Now, I think it could very easily be taken as you should compare yourself to other people and use that to better yourself, etc. And I think that's where a little couple people might go wrong, in that it's definitely not saying to compare yourself to other people. It's not saying that you should look at someone else and envy them for what they can do or what they have done or are doing or have. And I think it's saying more that you should use them as an inspiration to build yourself up and grow. And I think that is what I've gotten most from this quote, is that when you look at someone else and they have something you want, or they act a certain way, or they're better than you in some aspect, that should be something that inspires you to push forward, something that inspires you to get what you want and go where you want to go. No, you should not be comparing yourself and saying, oh, they're so much better than I am. They have so much more than I do. They're so much more involved than I am. No, you should use that as leverage to help you become what you want to be, and use that as your inspiration when you're growing yourself and building. So that was one point that I think was really important to take into consideration when you think about the quote, be the type of person you want to meet. And it's not about comparing. I don't believe that at all. It's about pushing to become your best self. It's about doing what you need to do to become the best version of you. And sometimes that's taking inspiration from other people and using them and using their advice and what they've gone through to help you succeed in whatever you do. And I think that's important. So, a little bit about how I think we can learn from this, or what we can learn from this quote. For those of you joining, the quote is, be the type of person you want to meet. And what I think is most important for us to learn about this is that we are constantly growing as people. We're constantly looking for new ways to better ourselves and ways in which we can become a better, more high quality, or more involved, or smarter, or whatever it be in our lives. And it's important to not get too caught up on what others are doing, and instead use them or use those around you that are succeeding and doing well to better yourself. And I think that once you get a hold of that idea that you shouldn't be competing so much as you should be using them as inspiration, and once you do that, you're able to take that and grow and become better, and you're leveraging yourself forward and moving forward, and that's what's most important. And I think there's a lot to learn from that. There's a lot to learn about what you want in life and what you're going to do to get there. And if you're committed and you're dedicated and you're going to do what you need to do to get there in life, then you're going to do it. And I personally, because I am so interested in things like blogging and YouTube and writing and photographing and creating a business and all this kind of stuff. And I see so many people around me doing this. I see so many people online. It can very easily get discouraging when you're looking at thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are doing something and succeeding at something that you want to be. And sometimes that can take a toll because you think, oh, they've already done it. There's not enough room for me. It's too busy. The field's already saturated. Someone's better at it than I am, etc. And you can't think like that. You've got to think, all right, what did these people do to get here? How are they successful? What steps have they made in their lives that have pushed them this far? So I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to a lot of videos on people's stories, how they got to where they are, what kind of work they put in. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to find that some of these people have had some really exciting but tough journeys, and they worked their butts off to get where they are. And I think that's what's most important to think about, is that a lot of times the people that you see succeeding or see them somewhere where you want to be in life have had to work extremely hard to get there, and you're going to have to do the same thing if you want to. So it's just a matter of putting in the effort, taking what they've done, use them as inspiration to push yourself forward. And I think one thing that too is great about this quote, be the type of person you want to meet, is that it is encouraging you to take that step. It's now or never. It's taking the initiative and going out and doing and getting done what you want to get done. It's not waiting another day. It's not waiting another week. It's not waiting until the time is right or perfect, because if you do wait until that moment, it's never going to come. It's taking the time, taking the initiative, and going and saying, yes, I'm starting today. I'm starting my journey. I'm jumping on this. I'm going to start today, now, in this minute, in this moment. And I think that is one of the most important things you can get from this quote. And one of the main things I think most people needed to hear today was that now is the time. Now is the time to get started. You see all these people succeeding and doing what you want to do. Become them. Be them. And you want to do that? Then do it. Go out there. Get started. Do not hold yourself back. It's time to stop waiting, and it's time to start doing it. You've got to do what you want to do. to succeed. I think one point whenever I'm looking at this quote, and sorry, I'm looking at my laptop for my notes down here for anyone who's wondering why. um, and one tip as far as doing this and actually getting out there is finding a way to hold yourself accountable. And this can be done in a lot of different ways, and it's really important to find what works best for you and making sure that you stick to it and you use that as a means of succeeding. A lot of times when we start a new journey or we look upon someone else and we want something, we're not willing to put in the work to get there. We're not willing to stay committed and consistent to something in order to get to our goals. A lot of times we want these quick results. We want things that we're not necessarily going to get right away. And not a lot of people are willing to put in the time and effort. And that's where we mess up. We need to find a way to hold ourselves accountable for these changes and things that we're going to be making in our lives. And I think a few good examples of ways in which we can really hold ourselves accountable. One, using social media. This is a great and really simple way to hold yourself accountable for a lot of different things. If it's reading your Bible every day, maybe you are posting your favorite Bible verse from the day that you read, and you're sharing that on your Instagram story, or maybe you're tweeting out your favorite Bible verse from the morning. That's a way of holding yourself accountable. You can do this also with fitness. A ton of people make fitness accounts where they post their journeys and their stories, and once they have a following, those are people that are looking to you for content. They're looking for you to keep posting and doing that sort of thing. And once you get there, then it's hard to let them down also, and they're going to be holding you accountable along the way. You could also look to friends and family. I know one of the best ways in order to, accomplish a goal and get to somewhere where you are is having someone hold you accountable along the whole way. So whether this is your best friend, your roommate, your boyfriend, your mom, your dad, brother, sister, whoever in your life is there, have someone that's going to say, hey, you've fallen off the track a little. Are you still sticking with your goals? Hey, let's sit down and talk about it. Like, what progress have you made? What changes do you want to make? Have someone in your life that you can go to. You can share the ups and downs of your journeys. Someone that is going to push you and tell you the hard things. And for me, my boyfriend Clay has had to do this a lot because I've been doing a lot of like healthy eating and exercising, and he's always getting on me because I need someone like that. I need someone who's going to say, Lauren, you haven't been to the gym in a week, like let's get our butts up and go. Or, oh, do you really want to eat out again? Like, we've wasted a lot of money on eating out, like it's not healthy, like there's no benefit coming from this, like what are we gonna do to change it? So it's finding someone who's going to hold you accountable, and be very careful with who you select also, because you want someone who's going to be positive about it. You don't want someone who's going to drag you down and make you feel extremely bad for you not making progress, because sometimes it is about up and downs. You're going to have really low points where you're just not motivated. You don't want to do anything. And I think it's important to get back up and don't let yourself stay in the little valley. Don't get stuck down there. No one wants that. I think another important goal or thing to do whenever you're pushing to become a better self is to track your progress. And like I mentioned, a great way to do this is on social media. You can share before and after photos if you're talking about weight loss. If you're practicing your handwriting, you can see the progress over time. Or maybe you share a devotion every day, or maybe you show your different study habits, different things like that. It's finding a way to hold yourself accountable and track your improvement in your measure. So this can be done for a number of things in your life. It's just a matter of what you're trying to keep track of and count for, your goals. What's going to be the best way for you to do that? If you're losing weight, obviously, a very easy thing to do is take measurements. You can do your weight. You can use different measurements with like an actual measuring, measuring stick, but measuring string. Okay, this is the problem with live videos. I'm brain dead and can't think of the correct word, but you guys get what I mean. And it's finding different ways though to really track your progress, because then you're gonna have something to look back on and say, you know what? I may not be all the way there on my goal yet. I may not have made it all the way yet. But you know what? Look at the progress that I have made. Look at where I was and look at where I am now. And I have made progress and I have been successful in leaps and bounds from where I was in the beginning. It's taking the time to look at your success, no matter how big or how small. It's taking the time to look and see where you were and where you are now. You know, it's important to track that progress, because if you don't, you're going to get discouraged along the way. You're not going to want to keep going because you're going to have that downfall. You're going to have the moment when you're not really feeling into it or feeling up to it. And you're just going to have to push through that. And if you don't have something that tracked your measurement to really show you the progress that you did made, to really help inspire you to keep going, then what do you have? You know, you need something there or somebody to really help you keep going and keep pushing. And my last point today is going to be that nobody's perfect. And though through social media and a lot of different things, it seems like a lot of people may have these perfect quintessential lives, and that's not always the case. You sometimes have to take a step back and see that person that you think has everything, and the person you think who has the perfect life, has so much money and so much time, and they're gorgeous, and you know, they're so successful. Sometimes you have to take a step back and think, you know, everybody is dealing with something and everybody is going through something, and there are a lot of things that we don't see, especially through social media. And you've got to not let that get to you. You've got to think, these are normal people. Everyone has their own problems that they go through, and you need to live your best life. Focus on what you're doing, and that's where you're going to see the success. When you stop worrying about what others are doing and start worrying about yourself. Yes, take the quote that I'm talking about today. Be the type of person you want to meet. Who would you want to meet? You want to meet someone who's successful and outgoing and confident. And if you want to be that, use that as inspiration to become what you want to become. All right, guys, that is going to bring us to the end of our live episode 2 of our season of What You Need to Hear. This is a little season on my channel in a series called What You Need to Hear, basically where I'm sitting down and talking to you guys about different topics in our lives that may be things that you needed a little advice on, or maybe you know someone who needed to hear this today. So I really encourage you to share this video with somebody who may needed to hear some of this today, or if you need to save it and come back to it later, please do that as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click the little red button right down below, guys, because I want to see you all back for more live episodes. I will be doing these every other Monday at 9 p.m. So please stay tuned for those. I will be posting on my Instagram Live and my Twitter on the nights that I'll be doing them. So make sure you're following me on both of those. They're at Lauren Nicole YT. They're always linked in my description box down below. So we'll be adding those in after the video. If you guys are watching this after it's recorded, thank you for stopping by my channel. Thank you for those of you who are watching live. I really appreciate even just one of you coming and joining in on the conversation. But please share this with different people. Encourage other people to come and watch this as well, because I really want this to grow and become a large community thing and a way for us to interact and talk to each other. Also, if you have any suggestions for topics and things that you would like to talk about, please leave them down below in the comments, because I would love to get you all's feedback on things that you want to talk about. And that is going to bring us to the end, guys. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, y'all.